Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, or Spider-Man if you're lazy like these guys putting out the tickets. Directed by Peter Ramsey and a crap ton of other directors, because holy crap, it's like every Sony movie involving Spider-Man or Marvel now has like a billion different directors, which could say why maybe Venom failed a little more now that I think about it. Was a film that came out halfway through December of last year that I clearly missed, and I'm very late to the party, and that honestly, guys, I'm going to say it, I'm very disappointed that it took me this long to go watch it, because holy shit, here are my thoughts on the movie. I went to go see Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2 nights ago already, as we were recording this literally in the middle of the night. I went to go see it with all my friends, and first, I made it late. Not late enough to make it to the movie before it started, but late enough to not get a good seat next to my friends. I was at the very front. And I thought that could make the experience really bad, and really ruin the experience for me, and just be grumpy the whole time. But when a movie is damn good enough, you will know when, even if you are in the most uncomfortable experience of your life that you can possibly think of, the film still manages to grab your attention and put you out of your own seat and into the film. I don't know why I got so deep with that. Because, no, honestly, yeah. Because Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was without a doubt, minus Infinity War, they definitely would have had a clash, because Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was without a doubt one of my favorite films of last year. Like, there's no contest about it anymore. I love practically every single freaking part of this movie. And I'm going to say it right now, the only reason I'm not going to give it a perfect score by the end of this film is like the reason I did with Infinity War. It takes time to tell how impactful, in my opinion, a film can get. You know, maybe Star Wars maybe people already knew how big of a deal Star Wars was when it first came out, but it could have just been a fad, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse could easily be like that. I know it's highly doubtful, and I agree with that, but you gotta always have that little doubt in your gut. You know, you never know. I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw the trailer when this movie was announced back in like January of 2018, I was in school, I was watching with my friends, and I wasn't impressed. And I know it's crazy to say, I know it was a big deal that, oh, Miles Morales is finally getting his own movie, and even a bunch of other characters that we never seen in the Spider-Man world in the big screen is gonna happen, but I just couldn't trust Sony anymore after what happened. It was like, no way, if Sony has it, I mean, I know Marvel's working with it, but I don't know much. And I was 100% wrong. The first sign of it was the fact that to this, right now as we speak, it has like a 97, 98% on Rotten Tomatoes, which even at release it had that, and that was shocking for me to see. I never expected that. And the style, with more of the trailers came out, it started calling more my attention. You know, it brought me more with this incredible, weird animation style that really does come out when in the movie. And that's the best part, I think, about this movie. It's the style of filmmaking that they bring in with this mixture of, you know, this weird new comic book inspired, you know, animation with the way the characters look, the way they talk, the way these thought bubbles do show up, which admittedly, that's probably the part that I don't probably like about the movie if I had anything to complain, and this is very nitpicky because it barely happens, admittedly, is that, you know, to get this, you know, homage, the classic comic book style that Spider-Man obviously came from, they bring in these thought bubbles that kind of break my rule of filmmaking that I don't personally enjoy, is the show don't tell rule, that, you know, it explains what the emotions that they're feeling right now, what they're going through, what they're trying to say, and something that could easily be just explained through cinematography and through visuals is told through dialogue. It just seems very lazy and boring. But that only happens like one or two times, and it's just meant to be a cool homage to the Spider-Man comics, so there's almost no complaint there. But it doesn't end there. It also goes for Japanese animation. It goes from freaking noir style, which I didn't even know there was a Spider-Man noir. What the hell? To even Looney Tunes, classic, you know, crazy Golden Age style cartoons style. I don't know how else to explain it. It's so weird. That's why I'm having troubles explaining it. And it's all mixed into this like beautiful like rainbow of colors that you see in the film. And it doesn't distract from it from being style over substance, because I feel like this film could easily be criticized over that. You know, it looks beautiful, but, you know, there's no substance for it. The characters and the writing are absolutely brilliant. Like, I have no complaints. The worst part usually of every Marvel movie is the villain. I absolutely love this villain and cared for him the whole way, and even found it interesting that he shows that despite being cruel and, you know, psychotic, he still almost has a soft side because of his care for, spoiler alert, his family, which is almost honestly the basis for every villain that they make at this point, which isn't bad. It isn't bad. It still completely works. And it's not just that. There's a crap ton of villains, just like how there's a crap ton of good guys in it, and it's just this incredible, almost compilation of billions of amazing characters that we've seen throughout the years, and they're all handled so well. Obviously, y'all know that this is meant to be, you know, a film where a bunch of universes clash, so a lot of things are different, and that's without a doubt probably one of the most fun parts about the film, you know, seeing what's different of these characters, what makes them special, you know, what's weird, different about their worlds, and the world building is absolutely incredible. That kept my attention by itself throughout the whole film. but everything else about it was just near incredible. Like, I know I'm mainly focusing on specific things, but everything on this I could do an hour-long podcast of everything I loved about this movie. Because I really had no complaints. That one thing I complained about earlier, that was like a nitpick, honestly. I'm going to be rambling for hours if I keep talking about everything that was great about this film. I loved Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I gotta conclude at this point, because if not, I won't stop. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was an incredible, not just animated film and superhero film, it just was an incredible film. With everything that I got from the characters, from the writing, from the music, from the incredible style that I do honestly feel that in a couple of years alone will, without a doubt, at least influence the animated world of filmmaking and what we can do with our animated films. Because this was an absolute masterpiece. Right now, I'm going to give it a side of minus the 10 out of 10, which is the other highest score I can give this movie. It's getting a 9.5 out of 10. It's up there right with Infinity War with, I think, possibly one of the greatest superhero films of all time, at least. Well, guys, that's my review for Spider-Man I almost said Homecoming. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. It's another great Spider-Man movie, honestly. What did you guys think about it? I honestly want to hear it because there's so much that, admittedly, I'm probably still with the Spider-Man hype right now after watching that movie that I could be wrong. It's honestly crazy for me to realize that we just got Venom a little earlier over Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and you all know what I thought about that. Link in the description. No, just go look it up yourself. I did a review on it already. And then now after watching something like this, it just shows how still crazy Sony kind of is with handling their projects. But you know what? At least we got something amazing like this. I hope you all enjoyed this review. I know it took a long time to make. I really hope you all enjoy it, and I really hope it was worth it. New videos come out whenever possible, guys. So, hey, hopefully I can get them out. And I hope you all have a great night, because that's when I'm recording this, I'm pretty sure right now. See you guys.